Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0. Wah, wah, wah. Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0. Wow. Someone's celebration used to be this. And that is what his facial expression each time the ball went to the net was. That was his expression. Man, I can't even believe it. Everything about the game was magnificent. Even the football was magnificent. The atmosphere, magnificent. The fans, magnificent. The way we played, magnificent. Clean sheet. The haters, all the non-Arsenal fans were hoping for a battering. They're expecting that if we win, maybe it would be like 1-0 or something like that. But I had faith. I was hoping that we could even pull a PSV. Let's score some 7. Let's score some 5s, you know. But a 3-goal cushion is fine. A 3-goal cushion is fine. We know that in the Champions League, 3 goals have been overturned a couple of times. But next week we'll worry about that. But for today, or for this particular game, we're just going to enjoy the reward and the hard work that we put in. I think I enjoyed the scoreline because I was one of those people that was hoping that we actually face Real Madrid, because we know that Real Madrid are not going to 100% defend. Yes, they played a 4-4-2. Yes, sometimes it was a 4-1-4-1 and they tried to like pin us back. But, you know, if you try to pin Arsenal under Mikel Arteta knows how to beat the press. They know how to beat the press. We reduced Vini. We reduced Mbappe to only 1 or 2 shots in the game. We made Courtois work very, very hard. This quarterfinal is way different from last season. Obviously, last season was the first time we came to the quarterfinal. They were a bit nervous. Today, the boys know that everything for this season is right now on the Champions League, and they played like it. That is the most important part for me. They played like it because the first 15 minutes, we dominated possession. We only had 1 shot on target from Thomas Partey. And between the 20th and the 20th to the 40-ish minute, they took over. They were almost showboating at some point in the game. Like, you know, spraying passes, beating our midfield lines. But the boys concentrated. Arsenal defenders concentrated 100%. Yes, Saliba had 1 or 2 slips, but Mouse was there to cover up. Kivia was there to cover up. Timber was there to cover up. Raya was there to make fantastic saves. The boys were excellent today. The referee was not on our side. Every 50-50, they had that decision go for them. But regardless, the decisions that matter, the free kicks, we got them, and Declan Rice buried them. I have called for Declan Rice to start taking the set pieces because Odegaard is not really good at direct free kicks. But now that Declan has scored 2, Declan Beckham, as you're saying, he's bending it like Declan. Yeah, maybe going forward they will let him take more direct free kicks because the 2 goals that he scored, the 2 free kicks that he scored were identical to each other from similar parts of the post. So fantastic from Declan Rice, I would say. You know, it was good. I would say overall we're the better team in the first half. We're also the better team in the second half. So I would say overall we were the better team. Can you imagine saying that some years ago, right? I will give credit to Mikel Arteta on this one. Yes, the style of play that we have right now does not work in the league, but in the Champions League, it has been doing wonders. Apart from the draw to Atalanta and the loss to Inter Milan, who also won tonight, by the way, which means if all things remain equal, we might be facing them again, so we need a new approach. Apart from those 2, I think we've basically won every game in the Champions League so far. And it's nice that we are blitzing teams like Real Madrid. That will give the boys a lot of confidence to go into the Bernabeu. 3-goal cushion. Hopefully, that Saka is not injured was only a precaution. Hopefully that is the case. Hopefully, Declan Rice was just really taken off because I think you could see him bleeding through his socks because of that the stamp on his shin. But hopefully that's also a rest, and then they can come back and we can move into the next stage of the Champions League. But today's win was impeccable. I'm very grateful. Merino also took his goal well. You know, a good pass from lewis-skelly, who had an excellent game today. Straight touch. He didn't even try to one-time strike. Pass, one-time strike into the net. And that was good. Manchester United will wish that their strikers had that kind of finishing. You know, but he's our top goal scorer right now. 7 goals since in 2025 for Mikel Merino. Well done to him. We still need a striker. We still need a striker. I think that was the downside in the game, because in the first half, Saka was balling his socks off. He was balling his socks off. He put lots of balls in the dangerous area into the box, but there was no one that was reading the passes. But that changed in the second half. Declan Rice was actually there. He didn't score with those passes, but at least he scored when it mattered. 2 goals. That's what we paid £100 million for games like this. That's what we paid for. He has it in his locker. He did it for West Ham. He's now doing it for Arsenal. I like his celebration as well, saying, yeah, you know, he's the man, things like that. It was good. Scoring 3 goals in 17 minutes. Declan Rice was 57 and 70th, and Merino was on the 74th minute. So 17 minutes, we scored 3 goals against the mighty Real Madrid, against the defending champions. Oh, it's exciting. It is exciting. Another thing that was interesting for me was some key battles today. Okay, between Saka and Alaba. Between those two people, Saka had the edge at all times. Starboy. Second half, they had to move Asensio closer and try to talk Alaba in, you know. Another key battle that was interesting was Martinelli against Valverde. Martinelli had the better of Valverde every single chance that he got. I didn't even see Modric in this game. Did you see Modric? I didn't see his influence. Okay. Jude Bellingham was also null and void. Timber and Partey did a good job on Jude Bellingham. Timber and Partey also did a good job on Vinicius Junior. Mbappe versus Saliba, that one, I would say Mbappe, for the most time, had the upper hand, but Saliba held his ground. Kivio was there to cover up whenever Saliba fought at the bit, but I would say everyone had an excellent game, okay? Miles Lewis-Skelly versus Rodrigo was not even a conversation. Miles Lewis-Skelly won that one. Miles Lewis-Skelly versus Modric. Miles Lewis-Skelly won that one. Modric is in Miles Lewis-Skelly's pocket in this game. I think he can release him after next week. Overall, I would say it was a fantastic game, fantastic performance. Big up the boys. Let's do a quick player rating. You can guess everyone is going to score very, very high. Excellent for everybody. Excellent for everybody. David Raya, excellent. Miles Lewis-Skelly, brilliant. Kivio, excellent. Saliba, excellent. Timber, brilliant. Thomas Partey, outstanding. Odegaard, outstanding. Declan Rice, impeccable, brilliant and outstanding altogether. Obviously, man of the match. Bukayo Saka, excellent. Merino, excellent. Martinelli, excellent. The subs, Trossard, excellent. I don't care what you say. Tierney, excellent. Benjamin White, excellent. The manager, outstanding. The fans as well, outstanding. The referee, rubbish. The referee was rubbish. But overall, it was a fantastic game. 3 goals against Real Madrid and a clean sheet. 3 goals and a clean sheet. That is all we want. Looking forward to the next game. It's going to be difficult, but we'll take it one step at a time. We're going to preview it when the time comes. But for now, I'm happy. I'm sure you're happy as well. Come on, you Gunners! Psst, psst. Oi. Subscribe. Press subscribe. Thank you.